I'm going to make another Trumpish video because there's a lot of things happening when it comes to Trump. I know for a while it was happening quite a bit where they were talking about the whole beef between Musk and Trump. I do wonder if it was all true, if it was made up or a little bit blown out of proportion. I don't know yet, but we're going to find out through tarot. Again, this is just for entertainment purposes, nothing more, nothing less. I cuss, don't take it personal. My hands always look like shit. I rub my eyes here and I cut my finger. My nails look like crap. So anyways, and this is not evidence. This is not videos. This is not proof of any sorts. This is just tarot. I'm not a psychic. I'm just a tarot reader. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. I did feel, I have to tell you guys that when the whole Musk and Trump thing was coming out quite a bit, it's kind of hard to sort through all the bullshit that's online. But, I started watching some of the more videos or channels on YouTube that to me kind of do stick to the facts, And even with that channel, I thought, is this a joke? What's happening with Trump and Musk? Is this like real? And the reason I felt because I think they did the whole, it was a DOGE, whatever, Dodge, whatever thing is. And I think a lot of people were retaliating against it. There was a lot of, cleansing of jobs and all kinds of things to save money, which, I don't know. I don't know if it's true. I mean, people are mad because you got fired, you weren't doing shit at work. And you just, is that what it is? Or is it people being fired unnecessarily? If it was not a job that was needed, then how come we're still functioning okay? That's what I'm wondering. What is the consequences we're going through right now based off what the people we fired? And I'm not talking about them not having a job. I'm talking about the jobs they had. How is that affecting us as a country? That's just the way I'm looking at it. Do I feel like it's right to fire people, and then I really upset when the veterans got, let go too? No, of course not. But at the same time, you have to be open-minded and see how if they really had a job, were they even fulfilling this job? Were they, and how are we affected? Like if you were the owner of this business and the business was America, United States of America, and you wanted to cleanse it because you felt like you had to be more cost effective and you got rid of certain jobs. And if the country is still running the same, does that mean we needed those jobs? Or is it running the same? That's what I'm asking. I'm asking you guys, has there any guys seen, felt, gone through something, not just fired? You guys, if you were let go of fired, and I'm not talking about you guys, I'm talking about the people who had not been fired or affected by any of that stuff. Whatever companies, departments that were let go and stuff, or money was cut off, did you guys feel it, is what I'm saying. That's the question. But anyways, it just felt like a shit show anyhow. I think bringing in Musk probably was a terrible idea, but we can probably go back quite a few presidents and question all their, their political moves or whatever decisions. But anyways, I just felt like this whole Trump Musk thing, I guess he's very intelligent, but at the same time, it just felt kind of weird to have someone like that come in and clean house or look up into the country. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So anyhow, and then all of a sudden, people were burning up his cards, which I feel like he's totally fucked up and wrong. You should never do that. People who buy these cars are not... may not always, it's like saying I bought a Chevy, and that doesn't mean I support the Chevy dealership. Mine was used, by the way. But anyhow, you know what I'm saying, though. I don't think it's correct or right. If you protest something, don't buy it. Don't fucking burn it. That's not your right. You have no right to do that. I even though I can pick and choose whatever political party, I would never do anything like that, even though I was not happy about someone else. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, so then all of a sudden, after all this retaliation, I feel it was kind of interesting how Musk all of a sudden was decided he did what he could and he's done. And then got into it with Trump, supposedly made a little post here and there about each other, and then all of a sudden kind of got quiet a little bit. So let's see what's happening. Oh, it's for almost 5 minutes into it and I haven't even started. I'm sorry, I'm ranting. Okay, so here we go. Okay, I'm going to ask the yes or no question here first, actually. I'm trying to leave these for my real crime tarot, but I don't know what my other card stack is, but I have yes or no, so I'm going to use this one. Let's find out. Okay, just whatever comes out first. Like, I'm not going to do 2 out of 3, okay? This is not as serious as other stuff. So, I'm going to ask the question. Was the whole Trump and Musk, I don't know what you call it, Mean Girls, a show? I mean, this whole thing that happened between it, was that like, was it real? Like, was it truthful and factual? Like, or is it like it's just an act? So here we go. Was the whole Trump and Musk fallout that I'm talking about, that I just talked for 5 minutes of it, was that an act? Yes, no, or maybe. I'm just gonna do just the first 3 stacks and that's it. I'm not doing 2 out of 3. Was it an act? Okay, I said once, right? So, and this is no, this is maybe, maybe, maybe. So maybe some of it was, and some of it wasn't. Okay, maybe there was a little bit of fallout, and they decided to make it into a WWE type of show, but online, of course. There's no physical altercations between those 2 old farts. So let's see here. Leave the situation. There's space and travel. Someone had to leave the situation. Right? Complete. Like, everything was done incomplete. And someone was trying to juggle and they just couldn't balance this out. Or maybe they've already figured something out. Okay? So this other card, the only one that's... there was some kind of deceits, possible lies here. So, alright. So, let's see. Let's do 1 row. Okay. Was some of that cleansing of the departments, layoffs, firing, downsizing, cut funds, was that necessary as a country as a whole? Was that necessary? Like, was it needed for us as a country as a whole? Like, was people were spending, people were just throwing money at where they shouldn't? Was that needed for us as a country? And I'm just going to do it once, like 1 stack, okay? So let's see. Was that needed for us as a country? Okay, you're not going to like this, guys. I know some of you may not like this, all right? But it says here, yes, yes, and yes. All right, so something about rewards, relax. It was rewards were too relaxed. I know it said something different, but that's what came to mind here. And then something about truth, about some kind of pastime. And then order and to protect. Keep order and protection. Okay, and the only other card that was not part of the stack says action, and it was fast. All right, so let's see here. What, like, the truth is, was the let's talk about the previous administration. Right? The Biden administration neglecting, abusing, or overspending money. Because I'm gonna ask with the Trump too when the next president comes in, probably too. Or I'm gonna ask too. Fuck it, I have to be open-minded and balanced, right? Okay, so was the Biden administration blowing money, carelessly spending money where we shouldn't be, or it was not benefiting America? Were they embezzling money? Were they doing something faulty or deceitful when it comes to our money as a country? Was the Biden as a whole doing that? Biden administration, were they doing that? Yes, no, maybe. Okay. So, I'm going to just pull one more to confirm, but I'm pretty sure that's a yes, guys. Yes, see? I pulled one just in case because I wanted to make sure you guys kind of knew I wasn't just trying. So, yes. So, it tells me here that yes, 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 and yes, the extra one that I pulled. Some kind of legacy. I don't know, they were affecting some kind of legacy, or they had their own legacy they were trying to build. So what this means to me, either they were hurting our legacy as America, or it was affecting it, or they were profiting or helping their own legacy. Somebody, it doesn't have to be Biden himself, it could be someone else in there, or quite a few people. And then something about they it's like luck, and it was fated because it's before something would change, like it was their turn. Right? I think that's what it means. And then also here, and then something about being in the dark with it. And then the extra one, it says relationship issues. Like they were having issues with certain relationships with other, I don't know, like it could be like they were having just connection issues or something like that. Or maybe the person who was in charge of doing all that has a lot of relationship issues. I don't know. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Is Trump administration, is the Trump administration also being fraudulent? Is Trump administration being fraudulent, abusing our resources or money? Is, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I asked for Biden, like is he also, the Trump administration also overspending or being neglectful with our money, or using it when we're supposed to for us as a country? Yes, no, maybe. Just come on. Truth, clarity. Let's go. Sideways for sure, right? I meant two different ones, so I can't use that one because it's just a no and a yes, and it came out sideways for sure. The other one was a little bit of an angle, so I was kind of like, Oops, these are both maybes. So I had to confirm with one more, and it came out like I needed to. Okay, so it says maybe. This one wanted to pop up, but I just didn't react fast enough. Okay, so there's a maybe. All right, so we have here a maybe baby. We have here someone who's making something happen. They're using some kind of tools, or they have the tools, or making shit happen. And it has to do with leaving a situation, space, or travel. Are they using the money for Musk too? Is that what it is? And then something about stuck waiting. But they're stuck waiting. They're waiting for something here. It's like they don't want to suffocate themselves when it comes to this. Why? Because they just went after Biden's administration, right? All the overspending money of the Democrats. Okay, so what else should we ask here? Oh yeah, let's talk about what I wanted to ask originally here. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's see. Let's see the beef between these two. Okay, tell me more about the beef between Musk and Trump. Let's see what we got here. Tell me the truth about Biden and Biden. Oh my gosh. Trump. I apologize. Trump and Musk. Tell me what really happened. If there was any beef, or it's all a shit show. What's going on? What do we need to know about Trump and Musk? So we have so far wasting time, stuck, no changes, and limited. A closer look, nosy in your business. So I think either what it's telling me here that they were just wasting our time. I think they were just putting up a show, guys. They were like keeping us busy looking at something. Maybe they did it because they're trying to get us to not be paying attention to something else, or they were just doing it because they may get more, I don't know, more popularity or more talk about them, because essentially now these days the president is more just a president. He is an influencer in a way. He's got a lot of online presence and, you know, TV and everything. So he's really out there, okay? And so is Musk. Anything else? Ooh, ah. Okay, anything else flip? I don't think so. Okay. Alrighty, so we have here a wolf in sheep's clothing, and then we have groupies, and then we have fake social media accounts to spy Facebook, Instagram. Okay. I guess the way I can read this is that maybe there's something that either Trump or Musk is hiding here. They're pretending, you know, they're wolf to me it's a predator to a point, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mean like a predator like that, but they have a prey, they have an agenda, they have something that they want to tackle and take on. Maybe it could be that too. And then there's something about groupie or like a group of females here or something like that here. And then we have social media. So I don't know if here it's telling me one of them is a wolf in sheep's clothing, and it's because they're like this because they're targeting a group of people and they're going through it, or maybe targeting social media. What I mean is they're using like Facebook. Facebook really stuck out to me to get to this group of people, and they have a true agenda that they're not telling us about. And it could be that, okay? So it could be the other way. Something like that. Okay, anything else about the Musk and... Well, you know what? Give me a card on Musk. Anything we need to know about Musk. Just Musk in general. I'll pull more if I need more, okay? Okay. I mean, he's a... Yeah, it's okay. So he's got a lot of money. All right, what else about Musk? Okay, so he's reflecting. I think he's changing things for himself. Maybe that's why he's kind of separated himself a little bit when it comes to the Trump administration. What about Trump? Give me something we need to know about Trump. Just Trump himself. Okay. I'm not even sure how to take this. Okay, so there's some kind of affair or romantic connection here, or a connection period, and he's cock blocking it. So he's a cock blocker. That's what it's telling me. What I can see about this is that some kind of connection coming together. Maybe it could be like he's blocking some kind of peace or connection or people coming together. And before you say, yo, you're against Trump or whatever, I almost said Biden again. Look, I'm trying to be open-minded, level-minded. I can't just be nice about him. I can't be mean about him. I'm just trying to read what I've got, okay? All right. Why do I read about Trump? I have to repeat myself a million times because the people go crazy on me. Because he's a Gemini, like me, and the first Gemini president since I was born. So yes, I'm going to keep reading about him. Okay, so let's see. I guess that's it for that. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this. This is what I was going to do originally. Let's do... Okay, let's do thoughts. Okay. As of lately, overall, let's do Musk, Trump. Okay. How does Musk think? What is Musk's thoughts on Trump lately? Truth and clarity. What is his thoughts? All right. I think he's been very constructive. He's been very critical about Trump, but he sees it as being very constructive criticism. Like he's criticizing Trump for his own good is what he's thinking, or and there's Trump's head in a way, because you know the Queen of Swords is like it's a Gemini card in a way. It's a air sign, you know, and I don't even know what Musk is, so I don't know what his sign is, but anyways, I should have looked that up. So I think he thinks either that Trump has been overly critical of him, or he needs to be more critical, but constructive criticism towards Trump. Let's see here. What does Trump think about Musk. All right. I think he sees him as a friend. He thinks of him as a friend. Okay. So let's see. How does Musk see Trump? How does Musk see Trump as a lately, or whatever we need to know overall? It doesn't matter. He sees him as maybe being a very I don't know. I think he sees him as very communicative. He likes to put up a show. He's very articulate with his words, or could be more articulative with his words. Like he's very picky. Something about his words, his style. I'm not saying it's great for some or sucks for the others. I'm not saying something about the style, how he speaks and communicates is how he's really focused on how he sees him overall. I think he sees him being like, he's hoping that he'd be more like reformulated, or he thinks that he could be more like reformulate how he communicates is how he sees him. Like there's a change that needs to happen. Okay, what about Trump? How does he see Musk? He sees him as having new ideas, new projects, like being very focused and on truth, or something that he's really focused on, period, or bringing in some new stuff. Okay, what does Musk really say about Trump? What does Musk truthfully say about Trump? Maybe he says that Trump can be a little bit overly, have too many feelings, are a little bit overwhelmed. Like Trump saying that Trump, your feelings a little bit overwhelmed. Okay, or maybe that you need to take time, that you need a break, or he needs a break from you, something like that. Okay, what does Trump say about Musk? Really say about Musk? I think he's honestly right now, I just really got that Musk just feels really overwhelmed. Feels really overwhelmed over Trump. That's what it's saying. His emotions are overwhelming about Trump. What about Trump and Musk? What does he say about him? I guess they don't say nothing. Of course you do. You're a Gemini. Okay, that's too many. We say almost a lot about everybody, except for those people who we choose not to say their names because we don't want to talk about them no more. Okay, it's insistent on coming out. Okay, he says that you're either a little bit tricky, he feels a little betrayed, or you like to play a little bit of games. Musk. What does Musk feel about Trump? What is, okay, overall feelings lately? I had to be very specific. He's reserved. I think he feels like, I don't know, like maybe Trump has some secrets. That could be that he feels like Trump has some secrets, or he feels like Trump is really reserved right now. Okay, what about Trump? What does he feel about Musk? What is his feelings about Musk? My God, these guys. Okay. He feels that he's either he's feeling very ambitious when it comes to Musk, like starting a new project or starting something new with him. Like he sees Musk being adventurous. So he sees the connection he has with Musk, possibly feels like it's an adventure, if that makes any sense. There's something cool or exciting about that when they do things, if that makes any sense. Okay, don't go crazy, people. I'm not talking about love here. I mean, I wouldn't be super shocked, but all, like, if two men love each other, that's, it's 2025. I'm just saying that's what I'm getting. It's like saying, like, he finds someone very stimulating or exciting because it feels like an adventure to do things with them. I mean, that was very adventurous, right? The whole program with DOG or Dodge, whatever they called it. Okay, what is Musk's next actions when it comes to Trump that we need to know about, or we want to know about, period? Okay, he's just gonna have a little bit of anxiety. He's gonna feel a little guilty. Talks about guilt about something here. Why is he feeling guilty? Or what? What is this? Why is the Nine of Swords here? Okay, so maybe it's because he felt like he failed Trump when it comes to self-discipline. Okay, what about Trump? What is the next action when it comes to Musk? What is Trump's next action when it comes to Musk? Okay, so I think he's gonna be happy. He's gonna be content. He's still gonna have a little bit of happiness towards Musk is what he's doing. That's all he's saying. I don't know if he wants an apology or wants some kind of offer here from him or something like that. Okay, so anything else? Yeah, he wants to hear from him. I think he wants communication. He wants to talk to him. I think he's going to reach out to Musk, or they've already reached and talked to each other. I don't know. All right, so let's see here. It feels like a romantic reading, but it's not, okay? We can do these you versus them on anybody, like people you're having problems with at work, family members, lovers, don't matter. Okay, so I think that's it, guys. I can't. Okay, any messages that us Americans need to know about Musk? And that's it. Any messages us Americans need to know about Musk? Well, maybe. Okay, let's see. Okay. You know what? I think here, Musk, it's almost giving me the idea here Musk did a lot. Like he wanted to bend over backwards when it comes to whatever he was dedicated to. Whether or not it was going to benefit him in the long run, I don't know. He was devoted to something that he was doing. And I think either it was a game that he had to play strategically or had to really strategize very well. And it had to do with numbers and moves here. Or it's a decision that he had to make, you know, or a decision that was made that when it comes to being flexible, when it comes to whatever he was doing for us as Americans, I guess, in a way. Okay. Any messages that we need to know about Trump, us as Americans? It's wanting to be upside down, but it's not. Okay, so I think here there's inheritance. Okay, so it's almost like receiving inheritance. It's not usually by choice, right? It's almost like a throne that's taken over, and then this person just gets all the shit dumped on him. Okay, or it's like I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that all inheritance are horrible. They're not. I mean, I hate to say it, but people pass on and they dump all kinds of money to the next person. That's generally what people see in inheritance. But I do feel the inheritance we're talking about here is the throne. What is the throne? I know, oh, no kings. Well, he's not a king. You voted for him, or people voted for him. So he inherited a lot of really hateful, negative, horrible things. I think it's what it's telling me. Okay, so there's an inheritance of that. A lot of hate, a lot of anger, and it's hard for him to fulfill something here. It's almost saying like it's an obstacle for him to fulfill things because he's inherited a lot of hate, a lot of revenge, a lot of negativity, a lot of chaos. It's what it's telling me. Alrighty, this is all I got for you guys.